Hey everybody, today we're going to go over the diverters. That way you guys know how to run your attachments if you have a three-way diverter. So this is your three-way diverter. Some of you guys don't have these, some of you guys do. It depends on the model, the year, so on and so forth. But what these do is you tie into the bottom and you have your regular auxiliary line, which I guess if you can't figure it out, you could tie directly into your auxiliary line and operate off of that. But it's a pretty simple run. You tie into here. And then these guys right here, I'm going to show you. They just simply rotate. There's a notch right here and a stopper. So all you do is you rotate this guy to that stopper and you're done. That's all it is. And then to open it back up, we rotate back out of it and we're done. So that's as simple as those are. If you guys have any questions, you can give us a call, but they're a pretty simple device. Now, what it does is, see, this auxiliary line is feeding this block. So when it's feeding it up, it's running our thumb. And when you rotate it, it feeds the pressure down. So if it's not feeding it up, it's feeding it down. And again, if for whatever reason you can't figure it out, you could tie directly into your auxiliary line. So tying into that auxiliary line is another option. If it's simpler for you, then that's not a problem. I'm going to demonstrate a few different troubleshooting options here. Okay, so it's set up normal. Thumb operates normal, right? But if we have one side that is open and one side closed, it's going to feel like that thumb's still operating, right? Because it's still getting pressure from one side, but it's not going to operate correctly. So we're going to go one way or the other. We're going to open this back up. Okay, so quite simple. Same with the other side. I'm going to rotate that one down. So now it doesn't quite go down, right? But it goes up because we're supplying that pressure to one side. And now I'm going to close this one because you're going to still hear your pump go. That's the other way knowing if you're operating the right option. All right, so now our pump's going, but nothing's happening. That's because all of that flow is now coming here. Another way to figure out if you're doing it right, take that cap off, and it's going to be messy. I'm not suggesting it to anybody that's got any kind of environmental thing. Put a bucket under here. But if you take this cap off and you hit this, and the pressure comes out of here in full force, you know that's where your diverter is running. So now we're going to just close this one, or open this one back up to the thumb, close it from the bottom. There we go. And that's going to be the same for every machine, even our big ones. So our big ones, same thing. Your auxiliary line comes in, and again, you could tie into that auxiliary line if that's what makes it simpler for you. But you do not take, here I'll show you on this one, you do not take this bolt out or this bolt out. You don't take anything. The only thing you're doing is you're taking this and you're rotating it this way, all right? And I'll have my camera guy come back over here and show you. So here's your stop for both sides. So that's just a stop. And then when we come back on this way, it's a stop the other way. You don't have to rotate anything. You don't got to take anything out. It's just a stop and a stop. And that is rotating the flow from top to bottom, bottom to top. Same thing. So if I have this half open, my thumb's going to run down and run back, maybe very slowly if that one's slightly open. But the biggest thing is that's all it takes to rotate from top to bottom. So I just wanted to go over that with everybody. That way you had the information on how to run your attachments. I'm not going to demonstrate the big one because it's exactly like the little one. That diverter is set up the same exact way. It's no different. Auxiliary feeds in. Diverter flow is to the top right now, which makes our thumb operate. And then on the bottom is going to make any attachment operate. So just wanted to give you guys a quick know-how. I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody watching all of our videos. Can't thank you guys enough on all the views we get and the feedback we get. So again, I appreciate all that. We'll catch you guys later. If you guys want to give us a shout on any questions, 570-765-9338. Thank you. Have a good one.